Alright everybody, let's talk about Bbq today. I hadn't really intended to make this video for a while, but somebody just sent me one of the most bizarre and chaotic videos that I have ever seen in my life. So yeah, let's dive into it. Alright, looks like a pretty crazy, hectic, chaotic scene. People and equipment everywhere. The river, very, very large. I guess it's rising. It's raining hard and people are trying to pack up their equipment before they go. Some of these look like barbecuers and other people look like lifeguard or something like that. It's unclear if the water, just suddenly rose or if it has been going up slowly. I'm going to guess that it's been going up very slowly because nobody's panicked. People are still standing around, and it seems like the majority of the people there haven't really registered that this could be an emergency situation for them. They seem very calm about it, a bit confused, and it seems more like a priority to grab the barbecue things and the tents and that kind of thing before going up. It seems like the priority is to get their stuff before getting out of the river. Whenever you are in this kind of situation, you have to understand that you are pretty much one false move or one accidental step from death. Like the man there, he just tried to grab the chair. He missed it, the chair went out of his head. But if he had maybe been a bit earlier and he grabbed the chair and then the water pulled the chair and then it pulled him in, that's the end. That's just the end. If you look at the river here, it has a man-made structure that all the water's flowing over. That is a low-head dam. And it is an absolute death trap. In a lot of places in Taiwan, particularly in the lower sections of the river, they're built because it's very cheap and easy, but they are extremely, extremely dangerous for kayakers. They're extremely, extremely dangerous for swimmers, and of course anybody who accidentally went in. Whether you're wearing a life jacket or not, that kind of water feature is a deadly water feature. They're not built anymore in places like the US and Europe. They're taking a lot of these out of the river and replacing them with different types of hydraulic jumps. In Taiwan, they're very, very prevalent. They're very dangerous, and so whenever I'm in a river like Bbq, like Nanshishi, this is what I'm most concerned about. For me, the most terrifying thing is that kind of water structure. They're very calm and doesn't seem to be bothered by all this water. So I'm guessing they've been in this situation many times before. They've seen it before, so they know what's happening. That's why they're here. That's why they're telling people to get out. However, you should also get out. You should definitely be wearing a life jacket. I always tell anybody, anytime you are basically near this kind of fast moving water, you should be wearing a life jacket. If you're standing knee deep in it, definitely should be prepared just for if something bad happens. So the majority of drownings in Taiwan are not people doing crazy stuff. It's not people jumping into waterfalls and then drowning. That's like a very, very small, like less than 1% of drowning deaths. The overwhelming majority of accidental drowning deaths are people accidentally falling into the river or accidentally falling into the lake or canal. It's not people intentionally going out and swimming. It's people who found themselves in the water when they didn't expect to be in the water. The main thing that you should do to prepare for that is to have some extra safety stuff just in case you fall into the water, because it could happen. It does happen. In fact, it happens about 200 times a year. So the guy just pushed the tent into the river. That is, in my opinion, the correct move to do, the safest thing to do. The tent was falling. It could have ensnared him, could have gone down river and tripped up the people below him, and then everybody falls in the water. So not trying to save it, just sacrificing it and pushing it into the center of the river is unfortunate, but it is, in my opinion, the correct action to take in that situation. all of these people here. It should be gone. I don't know what they're still doing there. They're creating a choke point at the ladder, people going up and down. If you really want to get the stuff out of there, then you need to go into emergency mode and get it out using emergency mode. And what that is okay, everybody goes up except for a few people. Somebody standing on the ladder, you are handing them stuff and just pushing it up, throwing it. You're not trying to keep everything tidy. You're usually just getting it out of there. This kind of like slow moving, pick it up and then carry it up all the way and then walk all the way back down. And there's people coming up the ladder and people going down the ladder. It doesn't work. Once somebody goes up those stairs, they shouldn't come back down. Because coming back down, it blocks somebody from coming up. And if there was a sudden increase in water level, you'd be blocking them. It's not a great place to be. As a Red Cross? The umbrella says Red Cross. I don't know, so if those people are Red Cross, then the Red Cross organization, you need to provide people with safety equipment. If you want them to act in any capacity for safety, they need to have the proper equipment, and it seems like they don't have the equipment they should have in this case. In this situation, you need a line. Doesn't matter who it is. Everything's got to go, right? So the people who are there, you get out. A couple of people will stay. You grab it, hand it off, throw it up, grab it, hand it up, throw it off. Once everybody's out of the river, everybody's safe, and all your trash is gone, then you can sort through it and guess who's is who. This is not what an emergency looks like. And so that's sort of why I say this must have happened slowly, because nobody here is concerned about an emergency at all. Maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm inclined to just say, like, if there's a potential emergency, you should get out. So I don't know if, like, these people here are so familiar with Bbq that it happens all the time. Probably not, because they're losing all their stuff and all the trash is going in the river. Or if they're just unable to, like, recognize the gravity of the situation. Probably the second one. Yeah. So there seems to be a lot of trash coming from upriver. They're probably not the only ones experiencing this situation that day. There's probably a lot of this going on, just judging by all the amount of crap that's floating down the river. I can already see, just from in 2 minutes and 48 seconds now, the water level is increasing. That's kind of a fast increase. If you can notice it over a couple minutes, that is an indication that you should go. In other rivers, it doesn't really matter so much, like in most rivers, but the reason why it matters so much here is because it has like steep walls on all the sides. So in like a normal, like, natural river, what happens is that the water level rises, but as the water level rises, the river also gets wider, and it takes a really long time for it to chase you away and make it really dangerous, because you can just sort of keep scooting back a little bit. But in this river, there's nowhere to go. There's a wall there, and that wall does two things. One is it increases the speed of the water, which makes it very dangerous, but also it increases the depths of the water, because as the water level increases, it can't expand outward. It just goes up vertically. Once that water is basically like at ankle height, the risk of slipping and falling is pretty high. Plus, it's already slippery already, and it's raining and everything's slippery. So I can't stress this enough. In Taiwan, the majority of drowning deaths are actually slip and fall deaths, because people slipped and fell, and that's why they drowned. Dangerous water like this, it doesn't matter if you're not swimming in it, because you're near it, you can slip and fall, and that's something that you should take into consideration. The water's really coming up now. I can just see it rising. Yeah. Yeah, this kind of picking everything up one by one and making it nice, choosing what you want. Don't do that. Grab the whole table, just throw the whole thing up. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Or just leave it, like, it's not worth it. Just not worth it. Yeah, getting bigger. wow, there's still more people downstream. It's very, this is very irresponsible behavior. There's a typhoon nearby. It's not like there was rain on the mountain and it was sunny here and then it suddenly went up. There's a typhoon nearby. Everybody knew that it was a heavy rain warning. Everybody seemed to go out anyway. Like, I'm not even there. Like, I didn't even have any plans to go there at all. I went south because I knew it was going to flood in the north. So I had sunny weather down in Taichung. My friends had plans in Ulai, which I didn't go to because I knew it was going to get rained out, and they did get rained out. I'm not even going there, and I knew it was going to flood. How can the people who actually do go there not know they're going to flood? And also the Red Cross, like, why are you guys set up in the river? You know it's going to flood. I don't know. It floods every time it rains, and this is an especially heavy rain, and it's known for a couple days it's going to be especially heavy rain. I know it's a holiday, but I wouldn't have gone down in the river and set anything up. I might have gone down in the river and like played a little bit and kept an eye on the water and be ready to run up if anything happens. But I definitely wouldn't have gone down there and set up like a camp. That seems irresponsible to me, and I don't want to like particularly yell at like these people in the video. Thank them for actually posting it so we can analyze it and take a look at it. But you can see that there's people everywhere, like upstream, downstream, it's the same thing, and all the trash is floating by. So it's not just this group of people. There's a huge number of people doing it. But why? Like, you don't need any like laws or rules about this. It's just common sense, like really basic common sense. And if it was a different river, I might like give people leeway. But this is like the river that's always in the news for flooding and causing accidents. So it seems odd to me. Just put it, that seems odd. Oh my god, just go. Now you can see the water's coming up over the ladder, over his feet, so it's just reached another, now that rock's gonna be really slippery and hard to, people are barefoot too, probably volunteers, but even so, when you see that there's emergency about to happen, you like get out before it becomes an emergency. And I feel like this is already at the stage where it's a borderline emergency and people should be out. Pretty good on the Red Cross people there because they were pushing people out. If it wasn't for them, then people might not have just decided to go out on their own. Very good on them. I think they should be better equipped though. This situation was known long in advance. You knew it a week ago that this exact thing was going to happen. In the river, not with people, but you knew it was going to happen. When it rains, the water level goes up. In some rivers it doesn't make a difference, but in these rivers it does. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll come back and I'll do another Dabao Chi River video where I talk about sort of like the specific accidents that have happened here and some of the flash floods. If you enjoyed this content and you want to help me make more, best thing you can do is click that subscribe button and the thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like this video so it shows it to more people. And if there's a specific event or river or waterfall or incident that you would like me to take a look at and analyze, link to it or say the name of it down in the bottom in the comments, and I will do my best. Thank you very much. You all have a good, safe day.